Nope, just kidding, not dead. The whole reason I'm doing this in the dark, by the way, is it's not that it's nighttime, it's actually daylight. What many people from the northern hemisphere, Northies as we're known as, what we don't realize is that in the southern hemisphere, it's dark when it's daylight, and it's light when it's nighttime. Hey, this is Nick, and I'm on a bench right now in Franz Josef. I don't have a dictionary handy, but if I did, I bet it would tell me that a picnic table does not technically count as a bench, and I am on a picnic table. But I have a feeling if you divided a picnic table into thirds, lengthwise, you would be left with 2 benches and 1 table. And doesn't that mean that I am on a bench? I'm going to say so. So behind me is not I'm just going to pick this up. This is stupid. Okay, behind me, not Franz Josef. We call it the Plain of Destiny. And we call it that because the 2 founders of the town, Franz and Josef, they lived here for about 10 years after founding the town, in perfect harmony. It's just them, 2 small cabins, side by side, and a few sheep. And after a while, there was this disagreement about the sheep, which I can go into more detail later, or you can just Google. It's the 21st century after all. And so anyways, they went onto the plain and fought a duel to decide the future, the fate of the town. And so thus it became named the Plain of Destiny. And the outcome of the duel is that Joseph died. He was shot in the face. And so that's why the town is now named Franz Josef rather than Joseph Franz, because Joseph is dead, so he comes second. So yeah, it's not really a great view. I mean, it is during the daytime, but it's not daytime. Speaking of that, though, let's go on a tour of town. Yeah, a nighttime tour, because it makes the quality of this image so much better. Okay, over here, as you can see, is the landing bar, and they're showing some sort of tennis match. I think it's called the Melbourne Cup. It's not very exciting. Alright, so right behind me is what I would say is the most exciting part of Franz Josef by far. It's the Four Square, which, if you're not from New Zealand, is a grocery chain. And I gotta say, this is the #1 grocery store in town. I love it. I'd go here before any others. Any day. Alright, so everybody when they come here gets really excited about the Alpine Cinema, a state-of-the-art small cinema right here in Franz Josef. Now, what the sign doesn't tell you is that the cinema closed down permanently several months ago. Alright, this is the town's petrol station. People say, seriously, that it is the most expensive fuel in New Zealand. And there's a couple of people walking really slowly in front of it. Okay, now I'm sitting in front of the Franz Josef police station. Whoa! It's a pretty small building, but the real reason I'm here, what's so exciting about it, is that part of it is built, get this, on an old tennis court. And so there's somewhere this photo of, there's a big hotel here, and it's not here anymore. And in front of the hotel was a tennis court. And so this police station is where that tennis court was. Wow. And then, this is a really exciting spot, because if I turn around, you can see the famous, there we go, the famous blue ice that's up in the corner. And, I don't know, maybe it's not famous, per se, but it is nice. It's pretty cheap. Ooh, and look, you can see also, oh, that didn't work, but those are the same 2 people who are at the petrol station. Okay, well that's pretty much it for the main road in Franz Josef. Now there is one whole other street, but, I mean, we've all seen what's over there. It's hotels, restaurants. The really exciting stuff is, and the whole reason people come to Franz Josef is for the glacier. Now we can't see that because it's nighttime, but what we can see are dark trees. So let's go look at that, and 2 churches. I'm gonna see glowworms. They probably, there's about a 0% chance that they will show up on this camera, but I'll try to point them out anyways, and then you can just be sad that you weren't seeing them. Hey look, it's glowworms. They are showing up. Just kidding, they're just Christmas lights on the sign. This is the church, Our Lady of the Southern Alps. No, Our Lady of the Alps, I'm sorry. As far as I can tell, the door is always open. Ooh. It's a Catholic church, and I don't know, that's about it. Okay, now we're approaching St. James Church. Ooh. I don't know why I did that. It's not a haunted house. Or is it? I mean, this is pretty terrifying. I don't know what kind of church St. James is. Let's just say it's some sort of Protestant. Oh, weird. The gate is open. I realize you're looking at a blank screen, but usually there's a gate right here, and right now there's not. It's almost as if it's inviting me to enter. But obviously that's how people die, so I'm not going to do that. Alright, I'm here at the entrance to the terrace walk. It's approximately 2 p.m. and you can see lights and everything behind me. Just darkness. That's where I'm going. I am a little freaked out after that creepy St. James Church. Just totally not creepy in daylight. Or light, as we call it here. Yeah, let's go. Also, if I see a light ahead of me, like from people, I'm gonna turn and run away because they're probably murderers or cokeheads. No, coke fiends, maybe? Is that what you said? Or heroin injectors. Can you see how fast it's become dark? Ooh, this is scary. You can see right behind me, it's still light, but behind me, nothing. Just a rustling in the bushes. A rustling of murder. I think that'd be a good name for my unfinished novel, A Rustling of Murder. I think that could be pretty good. I can honestly see glowworms right now. Let me flip this around. Okay, well it's so dark. I can't see a thing. There's no sound other than wild beasts roaming through the branches, using their long claws to tear at the bark. There's nothing to see except for the little pinpricks of light that are the glowworms. And I was right, they don't show up on the camera. If they did, you would have seen them all by now because they're right in front of me. This reminds me, though, earlier today, I was in a long tunnel in the hills. The Tartar Tunnel? Tartare? I don't know how you say it. You are a star now. Okay, well, I'm just gonna enjoy the view for a minute. Hey again, this is Nick on an actual bench right in front of a semi-creepy playground. It's not very creepy during the day, but right now it is. Better. So let's see. End of the show. So I got some fan mail. I'm just rustling around in my bag and pulling some out. You gotta trust me because I can't move the camera. It's stationary on a tripod pointed right at my face, so I can't move it to show you the letter, but just trust me. It's in my hand. I'm reading from it. So this one says, Dear Nick, Sorry, I read it quickly in my head before reading it out loud. Dear Nick, I promised you that I was going to write you some awesome fan mail that you could read on your show, and instead I just wrote you this stupid letter. You suck. Signed, CF. I wonder who CF is. Well, that's the show.